There have been a few consistent truths to come out of the MAGA movement over the course of the last decade plus. One of those consistent truths is that nobody wearing a red "Make America Again" hat actually understands the Constitution of the United States, or at a minimum, they understand it and don't give a shit about it. It's one of those two. Case in point.
Voting is not a right, it is a privilege. Let me explain. A right is an entitlement that exists absent a condition. A privilege is a benefit that is earned through certain conditions that are met. To vote in the United States, you have to be 18 years old. You have to be registered to vote. You have to show ID, depending on where you're at, unless the SAVE Act gets passed, which it should. You have to be a United States citizen. Those are all conditions that need to be met, thus ceasing the right to vote non-existent. It is a privilege.
Before we use your own terminology in a manner that's going to make you extraordinarily upset, first things first. Voting rights are enshrined and can be found in the 14th Amendment, the 15th Amendment, the 17th Amendment, the 19th Amendment, the 26th Amendment, and the 24th Amendment. All of those places in the Constitution, you can go and read about how voting is a right. However, you say something can't be a right if you need to meet conditions in order to do it. So then owning a gun isn't a right because you got to be a certain age. You got to pass a background check and you got to do certain things. You have to meet certain conditions in order to buy a gun, in order to own a gun. Right? I mean, these are the terms you're setting forth. You're saying that if there are conditions to exercising your rights, then it's not a right, it's a privilege. So then owning a gun is a privilege in this country. So taking your right to own your gun away is not really what we're doing. We're taking your privilege to own your gun away if we decide to do that, right? I mean, I just want to be consistent here, my guy. You're the one that's saying that it's not a right if there are conditions attached to it. There are conditions attached to every right. Your First Amendment right to free speech. You can't print something that's libel. You can't possess child pornography. You can't have certain types of speech or engage in certain types of speech. Therefore, you don't have a right to free speech. You have a right to peacefully assemble. However, you're going to need to pull a permit in many places, and you can't assemble here, but you can assemble here, and within these hours. And so those are conditions that need to be met. So you don't have a constitutionally protected right to peacefully assemble. The freedom of religion. You don't have a right to that, do you? I mean, if your religion requires that you smoke a doob and sacrifice a goat in the town square at high noon, there are conditions that go around you not being able to do that. So therefore, you don't have a right to your freedom of religion. Every single right we have has conditions, you fucking Momo. Every right you have. But let's just focus for a moment on the Second Amendment, because I'm betting that you're the kind of guy that really gives a shit about the Second Amendment. I want you to apply your same logic to the Second Amendment. I want you to apply your same logic to your right to own a gun, because by your metrics, that's not a right, that's a privilege.